The restaurant is called Mr. Chow. So he's a celebrity, that guy. Like he has restaurants in New York. He has 2 restaurants, Malibu, I think Dubai. Like he's got restaurants all over the world. So I meant they hired me, and then literally I remember next week I was serving AC/DC they had a concert, and I'm like, what is happening?
Finally, I think it was his dad that was like, oh, why don't you buy like a 2-family and live on one side and collect from the other? And we were like,
that sounds like a dad would talk.
it's such a dad thing. And it sounded so, why don't you do this?
Hustling.
I was hustling, exactly. That was
Hustling
pretty
with the times. Too.
Exactly. I was
You were the first eBay.
in that country for sure.
I got what you need.
But why is every seller going on vacation the day of the closing?
I was just gonna ask the same thing. They're always going to Florida.
Everybody's always got the family trip. They're going to Euro Disney, and there's no way we can. I mean, come on, people. Like, what are we doing?
When somebody does something great, people tell a couple of people, right?
Yep.
When they do something not so great, they tell Facebook.
Yep.
So
everybody thinks, I gotta be everything to everybody at all times. No, you don't.
Forget about it.
You don't.
She's juggling, doing her own work, and making sure that they're both focused. And then, of course, I come home in the evenings, and then I get to play the fun dad. Now that you've done all the work,
Hey,
and
I'm here.
yeah, let's go play some soccer in the backyard. Let's throw the football around.
Don't you like Facebook suggestions sometimes? You're like, why would you suggest them?
Right? I mean, looking at his picture, I was like, it's not a bad suggestion, Facebook.
Take it.
Click.
You gotta take a sip of the fake vodka.
This is actually all vodka.
This is all vodka.
No lemon.
Yep. Well, we got the bottle behind the counter over here, all 7 of them, so.
It's 11:10 in the morning.
Keeps us awake.
I'm here every day, even with these girls. I trust them with my life, but I'm here every day.
Every day?
Every day.
Every day.
During the week from 9 to 5.
All right.
Others did the alphabet backwards test. But what if you were dyslexic? What if English wasn't your first language?
I can't even do the alphabet backwards.
I wouldn't want to have to do it right now on camera.
They did an article on me while I was at Washington Trust, and all the people at Washington Trust read it.
They're like, that guy's over there.
They were like, hold on a minute. I'm sorry, wait, time out. They're like, it's you? I was like, whoops.
I don't want to interrupt your interview here, but
Oh, it's about you.
I got a question for you.
It's not allowed.
Yes, it
We'll
is.
have to schedule that.
The world wants to know how often you get a haircut.
Do they really? These are hair plugs.
And all I'm looking for is the at bat, and then it's on me to hit the ball. So, and we hit the ball very often.
Or shoot the ball.
Shoot the ball. Yeah.
Do you happen to have a ball?
Yeah, I don't know.
Shot clock at 5. Jab step, puts up a 3. Bang! Kobe Bryant from downtown.
I feel like you have to be able to go through a lot of like strife in your life and failure, like deep failures, to be able to say, fuck it.
Exactly.
Right?
And to be able to keep going.
There are, certainly benefits and disadvantages to any type of relationship. Right. Fortunately, first and foremost, I don't live with my parents. There is a way to get away from it, right?
3 teardrops. And he told me, I just, told me, just got out of jail, this and that. I said, listen, well, rent hasn't been paid. We got to move you, so let's try to work something out. And he goes, I'm not working anything. I'm like, come on, let's work something out. Let's go in front of the judge. He looks at me, he goes, I just got out of jail for murder. Do you think I'm worried about what a judge is going to tell me? I said, okay. So I said, but I want to avoid it. He goes, well, you think I'm going to worry about what you're going to tell me? I said, nope.
All right.
The police officer is looking around, I'm looking around, I look at the closet, and the closet door's open like this much. It's one of those sliding things.
Yeah.
So he gets on my side and he tells me to go to the other side, and just like be ready, right? I open the door for him, and there's a woman there, the tenant, and she's got a friggin' knife this long, like this, holding it like this.
It's really interesting when you meet professional athletes in person, like they seem more human to me in person, I mean, he wasn't like this really like big it could have been someone that you would run into at Stop and Shop.
So is this what you used to kill the employees?
Yeah. Pretty much. It's pretty fun, actually.
I brought all the restaurants around the street that had never been done before, and it was 14 blocks on the avenue. So I think that that's to our credit, and I think had we not done some of those things statewide, that you would have seen that we probably would have lost 40 or 45% of our restaurants by this point.
But the law enforcement side to it is what they're called go fast. You know, when you see a vessel on the radar or you have a contact, shall I say, that's moving across the water very quickly, you know it, you know, in the middle of the night, it's not a Joe voter.
Yeah, he's not going for striper.
Yeah, exactly.
Listen, for my line of work, for the long hours that we put in, you need a little gas in the tank.
That's true. It's Tuesday afternoon, it's 3 p.m. I mean,
let's say it's 6 p.m. It's a little
3
bit more
p.m.
acceptable.
on the West Coast.
Yeah, right? It's 6 p.m. here. This is acceptable today.
Just sold the house. Just sold.
Pending.
Pending. New car. Right?
Yeah.
I'm dressed. Look at me. I dress nice.
1.99%.
Right. I dress nice. I'm a realtor. I drive a nice car. Whatever. Right? It's a lot of sacrifice.
Cool. So you're saying, look at this guy. Do you need a new roof? He heard us talking. He lives up there.
Because you're so busy doing everything else, you just can't get to it. Like I have piles on my desk and I try to organize my piles in priority piles. Priority piles. And of course the bottom priority always stays at the bottom, right?
Priority piles.
And I seem never to get to that bottom pile.
Have the men have done boudoir? Have you done any of those?
I have had one or two boudoirs, yes. But it's definitely not in demand like the boudoir is.
People are close enough where I can shake someone's hand, sing, without being like a lounge lizard and walking around and shaking people's hands. People get creeped out. I get kind of creeped out by that too myself. You know?
What's a lounge lizard?
Just a guy or girl who just kind of like, you know, creeps around through the lounge and goes up to tables and sings. And I don't knock it. If that works for you, it's just not my thing.
And I lived through a couple hurricanes myself when we lived down there, and it's pretty intense. You know, it used to be when I moved down. You know, as a New Englander, you don't think like hurricane, it's a party.
Yeah.
You know, let's have a party.
Yeah.
You know, and that's so much the case. Like at least back then, it probably still is now. Any reason to have a party is a good reason, right?
Are you stopping? And sir, she really agitated me. I'm like, did I say something wrong? A few minutes later, she's like, I'll be right back. She brings somebody else in, and she kind of does this thing. And I'm like, hey, sir, please wait. I'm like, so now their mom starts to drop the blackboard, kind of look at what's going on, and they excuse themselves. Now there's 4 people in the room. And then finally I interjected and said, holy cow, are you stopping at 3 separate spots? Do we have triplets? All of a sudden I just heard this. Oh. And it was their mother's phone hitting the floor.